All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring something back around to everybody. We're looking at this so close up, and there's so many reasons why we should be nervous about different things. He has the swing state voters like stacked, and the election deniers in positions where they can say they're not going to verify the election and cost electoral votes, and all these things that Donald Trump has set up in the Supreme Court. All of these obstacles trying to block justice, trying to block democracy, trying to turn this country into something it never should be, and none of us should allow it to become. And he's got this stuff going on, but we've got Kamala Harris pulling ahead of him in every single poll that comes out, including the swing states. So those swing states that he was relying on to not verify the election results and then hand it to the Congress that we have, the Republican Congress, that in no way, shape, or form will they ever say, Donald Trump's not president. So we're faced with all that stuff. And in these very same states, the polls that are out there, 70%, 65% are all for Harris. No matter what he's trying to build to stop the way things should happen, no matter how many people fall for it head over heels and just fight like hell to make it the reality, there is enough of us who look at this country as we should, through the true patriotic eyes, looking at it as America first, as in the preservation of this country is paramount to any vote on any side of the aisle or any podium speech from anybody we hate or anybody we like. That should not be in front of America first. And for that, and only that, we are seeing in the polls, we are seeing as Donald Trump goes on and just makes a fool out of himself left and right. And now even with the hostages, just enough is enough. Look at what's going on in this country. Look at the worst case scenarios of rumors you heard about your person that you're fighting to defend. And look up whether or not there's anything to those rumors. Look up if there's actual evidence there that may just change your mind, but you've never seen it before because you never stray far from Fox Television and Jesse Waters. The fact of the matter is, this is America first. Not Fox News first, not Trump first, not Breitbart first. America first. Listen to what he's saying. None of it reflects what any of us want in America, in our country, in the United States. None of it. If there's things that need to be solved in the future, which there are plenty, great, let them be solved in the future. But it's not going to happen from a guy whose first act is to fire 20 to 50,000 government workers who have been doing their job for 10, 20, 30 years, maybe their whole life, to replace them with people like Rudy Giuliani and Mike Flynn, the general, who was found guilty of being a traitor and espionage. As the Secretary of the Military, of the Army? Really? Is that really putting America first? Or is that you drinking some pretty heavy Kool-Aid? It's no longer about whether or not you want to vote Republican or Democrat. Harris versus Trump. It's no longer about that. It's America versus Trump. And if you don't see it as that big a deal, then you're not paying much attention. Read his own plans. Recognize what they have said out loud until it bit them in the ass. Then they fire somebody, blame it on them, say, I want nothing to do with this. I never even heard of the Heritage Foundation and Project 2025. Never mind the 4 years of non-stop news clips of him praising the Heritage Foundation, and the Heritage Foundation giving them the names of the Supreme Court justices and the justices across the country that actually have jurisdiction over his properties to, help him out when he gets in trouble, like Eileen Cannon. This is our country. It's not a movie. It's not a TV show. No matter how much the Donald Trump show wants to make it just another production, or as he said about his first presidency, the most profitable infomercial in history. That was how he described his first presidency. No wonder why he never wants to leave if he gets back in. That's one hell of a successful infomercial. Sponsored by Uncle Vladdy, Little Kim, Prince Ivan Schitzenpants. Yeah, him. That's the guy you want to vote for. Who paid millions of dollars randomly to children for no reason at all, I'm sure. 3 million, 10 million. And you don't even care. That's Trump first. It's not America first. You have less than 100 days to actually figure out what America first actually means. And I'll drop hints on my page just to let you know. From my heart to yours, America first is sticking up for the country, our country, before defending a politician or a person, anybody. That's what the first actually means in that America First statement. You got less than 100 days to figure out what that actually means. Then look at the big picture and ask yourself, what damage could Kamala Harris be for 4 years? Then look at Trump. Think about the big picture of everything you've learned through your evolution of thought. And ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen for the next 4 years? With no rules, full immunity, saying out loud anybody who's a dissident, anybody who disagrees with him about anything at any time can be criminally prosecuted, and he has the right to tell people what the charges are with no investigation. That's in the paperwork. That's what Trump's insisting on. And all the money that's allocated to, healthcare, to public schools, to, infrastructure, to all of that stuff, security, all of that money, Donald Trump could literally say, no, we don't need $150 billion for education, just give them $2 billion. And he has the right to put the rest of that money anywhere he wants. Because that's what his presidency would mean. And he said so. Look it up. I don't want to hear this. Look it up. And if you're not going to do that, then shut the hell up. We're putting America first, so we're going to look it up if we're not sure. And if there's something we discover that we have been told was a complete lie, be damn sure I'm going to look more up before I get mad, before I start treating other people like shit, before I hurt somebody, because they were smart enough to do their homework to figure out you are being lied to. Sorry you didn't get that memo. And if you did get it, can you read it? If you have problems understanding it, ask a Democrat or a liberal. They'll explain it to you. But until then, you're not America first, no matter how loud you yell it. And the brighter the hat and the shoes don't mean the brighter the light bulb. Stay diligent, stay educated, and be kind. We are all in this together, whether we like it or not. And if you look at the big picture, everything's going to be all right. I have faith. God bless America.